Do you really believe that using just one miraculous AI tool is enough to be successful on YouTube? That you just need to write a simple prompt, click, and the magic will happen? If the answer is yes, you've already lost before you've even started. Lately, many videos have been popping up published by phantom YouTube gurus in which they tell you that all you need is a single AI tool, the Holy Grail of faceless channels, which does everything by itself that even a child could use. Now, I'll tell you the truth that other YouTubers will never tell you. There's nothing wrong with recommending useful software to your audience, but the sad thing is that some creators sponsor, well, anything. Pecunia non olet, the Latins used to say. Money doesn't stink. Sponsorships are tempting because they can bring in more money than YouTube ads. But the even sadder thing is that their subscribers, unfortunately, blindly trust their idols and think that they're doing their best. I'm sorry to disappoint you, but they only think about maximizing their earnings by also making you a huge damage. Let me explain. Some of these software are also well made, but imagine starting a faceless channel in the niche of history, using these magical tools to create your videos. But 100 other people will have the same idea. Result? A flood of identical content that no one will watch. And the greatest hypocrisy is in the fact that the so-called gurus do not even dream of using these all-purpose tools that they sponsor to create their videos. They pay a team of people because they know perfectly well how useless these tools are. But they bombard you with videos, obviously sponsored, in which they are paid handsomely, in which they show you how easy it is and how little time it takes to create a video for a faceless channel with these tools. Now look at these channels. Voices of the past. More than 1 million subscribers and 81.5 million views, with an earnings of more than $6,500 per month. Fire of Learning, 840,000 subscribers, more than 100 million views, earnings around $5,000 per month. Beginning to now, 153,000 subscribers, almost 17 million views with only 10 videos uploaded for earnings of almost $4,500 per month. And all this only from ads revenue, so not counting other earnings due to sponsorships, affiliate marketing, sales of digital products, and much more. Would these channels have achieved these exceptional results using the tools sponsored by the gurus? These channels have achieved these results because they have worked hard, a lot, and well. To emerge, you have to stand out, do better than your competitors, but if everyone uses the same tool, no one will emerge and everyone will fail. Watch this video from start to finish and you will learn how to create a faceless channel in the history niche without false shortcuts, but exactly as the top channels do, only with the best means that AI makes available to us today. I will guide you step by step through the entire process, from creating the channel to writing the script, creating the voiceover, the visuals, up to the final editing, and don't miss the end of the video, because I'll reveal the biggest lie they're telling you about faceless channels. Here's a clip from the video I managed to create using the tools I'm about to show you.
It all begins in 753 BC, when Romulus and Remus. In its early days, Rome was a monarchy ruled by kings, yet conflicts that would eventually see Rome crush Carthage and gain control of vast territories. But the real turning point came with Julius Caesar.
First, you need to create a new channel. I already explained how to do this in a previous video. If you missed it, go check it out and then come back here. Let's start directly with choosing the channel name. If you already have one in mind that makes your channel recognizable, use that. Otherwise, let's turn to our trusty friend ChatGPT by telling him that we are creating a YouTube channel in the history niche and asking him to suggest 10 names suitable for the new channel, also listing the names of our competitors' channels as an example. I like Timekeeper. It's very evocative. I copy it and paste it into channel name. For the handle, if the channel name is already taken, I add a letter that makes it unique and we're good to go. For a channel like this, the logo becomes important to create our brand. We go back to ChatGPT and ask him to give us an idea for a minimalist logo for our channel in the history niche called Timekeeper. At this point, we ask him to transform the idea he gave us into a prompt that allows us to create the logo image in an AI image generator. As I said in other videos, I like to use the same prompt plus AI image generator to have a greater possibility of choice. And from experience, I would tend not to use, at least for the logo, Leonardo AI, but Ideogram 2.0 and Flux Ultra. These are the best results obtained with the two programs, and I choose this one. I upload it to the channel by going to Customize Channel and then to Picture. For the banner, instead of using Canva, there is a better solution. Go to ChatGPT and ask him to create a minimalist YouTube banner, specifying the name of your channel and your niche, and asking him to use, as a reference, the channel logo that you will upload in the attachment. I adjusted the result in Photoshop to remove the useless parts, but after creating the banner, I decided to change the logo and use the hourglass at the center of the banner. This way, the logo and banner will share the same design and colors, strengthening the channel's brand. A bit of Photoshop, and it looks great. Let's upload it. Click on Publish and take a look at the channel we've created. Looks awesome. We can move on to a part that many underestimate, but which instead, especially for a new channel, is very important. SEO, which stands for search engine optimization. The YouTube algorithm, not having any data on your channel, does not know exactly who to propose your videos to. Result? Few views, low CTR click-through rate. That is, few people will click on your cover and low retention. Those who watch your video will do so for a few seconds, and all this simply because your video was proposed to people not interested in that type of content. The YouTube algorithm, seeing these disappointing performances of your video, will stop proposing it, resulting in your frustration. But we can help the YouTube algorithm understand who to show our videos to. For this, we must use vidIQ, a software that every YouTuber should not do without. Go to the site, log in with your Google account, I've already done it, click on keywords and, in the search bar, write the topic of your interest, in this case, history. Copy the keywords of your interest that have a score of at least around 60 and paste them into the channel keywords by going to Customization Channel, Settings, Channel. Go back to vidIQ and click on Coach, a sort of ChatGPT but specific for YouTube, and on Basic Chat, ask him to give you the best keywords for your channel whose name is Timekeeper in the history niche. Copy and paste them in keywords as before. A pro tip is to include in the keywords of the channel, at least at the beginning, 1 or 2 names of the most followed channels in that niche. This will help the YouTube algorithm to understand the audience you want to reach. Now, we need a description of the channel, and for this, we will use the vidIQ coach too. We need to ask him to give us a description of the channel, based on its name, the niche, and the keywords of the channel. We copy and paste it in description. Now that we have completed the SEO, we can move on to the most exciting part, which is creating our first video. It is important to study our competitors' videos because, as always, our goal is to do better than them. The voices of the past channel's videos are made with simple illustrations, stock videos, and a voiceover, with a duration between 20 minutes and 2 hours. Nothing complicated. The Fire of Learning channel uses only images and a voiceover, and the videos are shorter. The Beginning to Now channel's videos are the most interesting, with a wise mix of images and AI-generated videos. The channel has a strong brand. The logo and banner use the same colors, and the video titles all start with the entire history of. The first thing we need is the video script. It would be better to write the script ourselves, but I don't know about you, but I'm not a historian, so who better than ChatGPT can write it for us? After all, it's a bit like when we were at school, we had to do a search and we used the encyclopedia, don't you think? Our competitors' videos last even more than 2 hours, but since this is a tutorial, I'll create a 3 minutes long video. The important thing is showing you the method. I like the idea used by Beginning to Now channel to create videos in the form the entire history of, so I'll use it. Let's go to ChatGPT and ask him to suggest 10 ideas for a video for a YouTube channel called Timekeeper in the history niche in the form the entire history of. I'm Italian, so I can't help but choose the entire history of the Roman Empire. We need the script, so let's ask ChatGPT to write a 3-minute script titled The Entire History of the Roman Empire. I like the script, but I'd like to have a better hook, so I asked ChatGPT to change it. Perfect. Now that we have our script, we can proceed with the voiceover, and for this, we'll use 11 Labs, the best text-to-voice tool currently available, offering high-quality, highly realistic voices. Go to the website, log in with your Google account, and if you want an original voice that only you will have, go to Voices, click on Add a New Voice, and then Voice Design. In the prompt box, type a middle-aged American confident deep voice, perfect for narrative and story. As a result, you'll get 3 different voices to choose from. I like the result, but I prefer using my dear Marcus for this kind of script. So I go to Voices, type Marcus in the search box, and click Use on the right. Insert your script, but no more than 300 to 500 words at a time. Otherwise, the voice tends to sound a bit robotic. Download all the parts, and let's move on to creating the images. If you're enjoying the video, give it a like and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Go to ChatGPT, paste the script in quotation marks, tell it you want to create a YouTube video with the text inside the quotation marks, and ask it to suggest images that best represent what is being said in the text, from beginning to end. Now tell it that you need it to transform the image suggestions it gave you into prompts to use in an AI image generator. We'll use Flux Ultra for image generation, which I consider the best AI image generator available right now. To give our images a cinematic touch, I'll start each prompt with cinematic image of. I'll leave a link in the description where you can create 20 images per day for free with Flux Ultra. The images are stunning. Now we just need to bring them to life, and for this, we'll use multiple image to video generators. For simpler videos without characters, we'll use Luma AI, while for videos with characters, it's better to use Runway ML Gen 3 or Minimax by Hailuo. For example, I used Luma AI for these images without any prompts. For this image, however, I used Minimax with a prompt similar to the one used to create the image, but without unnecessary details that the software doesn't need. These describe what's already in the image. In an image-to-video generator, we're primarily interested in defining the character's action and the camera's movement. For this, I preferred using Runway ML Gen 3 with the following prompt: a dramatic view of a burning city with Roman soldiers marching in victory, rubble and smoke filling the air, low contrast, muted colors, 35mm style. The low contrast and muted colors were used to maintain color consistency, as Runway Gen 3, especially the turbo model, tends to lose this easily. Now that we have all the videos we need and the voiceover, we can proceed with editing. For this, we'll use CapCut, an excellent free software that's simple to use and very intuitive. It comes with many ready-to-use effects, like transitions, simple animations for the beginning and end of our images or videos in the timeline, and an exceptional feature, automatic subtitles, among many other options. Open the program and click on Create a Project. Import all the voiceover audio files by clicking on Import, making sure they're in the correct order. Remove unnecessary pauses that would lower viewer attention, but don't overdo it. It's still a history documentary. This will take some time, so I'll see you once I've finished. Here we are again. After removing the pauses, create a single audio file for the voiceover by selecting all the audio parts, right-clicking, and selecting Create a Compound Clip. Before importing the videos into CapCut, I recommend using a video upscaler because AI video generators still have suboptimal resolution. The best video upscaler is Topaz Video AI. Once open, click on Browse Video and select the video you're interested in. Set the following: output 4K, frame rate 30 FPS, AI model Thea, definitely the best, codec H.265, container MP4. Click on Export. Do this for all the videos and import them into CapCut. Arrange them in the correct order and align them with the voiceover. If the duration of the videos is shorter than the voiceover, as in my case, here's a pro tip. Extend the duration of some videos by slowing them down to cover the entire voiceover. Select the video you want to slow down, click on Speed, and reduce the video speed, thus increasing its duration. Check the Smooth Slow-Mo box and select Optical Flow, though I must warn you, this is a CapCut Pro feature. Now we just need background music, which I've already downloaded from Epidemic Sounds. For sound effects, in addition to the excellent options on Epidemic Sounds, you can create the sound effects you need using 11 Labs. Simply go to Sound Effects. In the settings, you can set the duration of the sound effect between half a second and 22 seconds, or check the box to let the software decide the appropriate length. Describe the sound effect you need and click on Generate. 4 sound effects will be created, all available for download. I've added the music, lowering its volume to -14, and all the sound effects. To ensure smoother transitions between videos, go to Transitions and drag Mix onto the transition between the first and second videos. Set the duration to 0.3 seconds and click on Apply to All to have the same transition throughout the video. Finally, go to Filters and drag Clear 2 onto the track above the video track, setting the intensity to 33 to add a touch of color. I adjusted the colors slightly by going to Adjustment and dragging Custom Adjustment onto the timeline. For temperature, I set it to -39. For exposure, 5. And for shadows, 4. As I've said in other videos, some YouTubers suggest adding effects like rain, lightning, or similar things, but if you feel the need to do this, it means you haven't done a good job with your videos. All that's left is to export the video. Click on Export, set the resolution to 1080p, bitrate to higher, codec to H.264, format to MP4, frame rate to 30 FPS, and click on Export. I could have added subtitles, but have you ever seen a history documentary with subtitles? Don't take everything you hear on YouTube at face value, especially from so-called gurus. Do you want to know the biggest lie they're telling you? That today, thanks to AI, you just need to start any Faceless channel and you'll be successful. You don't need to learn anything. It's so easy, they say. Just use a tool, write a prompt, and you're done. And this is the biggest lie. Succeeding on YouTube is anything but simple. It takes time, effort, study, patience, and the ability to persevere when results don't come. Let me also say something about AI. Many believe that with its advent, it's become easier to succeed on YouTube. But AI is just a tool. What matters is how this tool is used. With AI, you can do great things, but also terrible ones. AI is just a means, but you need to learn to use it well if you want results. Be smart. Do what successful people have done. Learn as much as you can. Where? Exactly where they learned and where we all learn. On YouTube. A goldmine of information, tutorials on practically everything you need to create a faceless channel in any niche. Good luck.